Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Nightwing Catwoman matchup. We're just going to give a breakdown of this matchup and try to help you guys out, both sides actually, because it's going to show some information for both. But the main thing is today I wanted to say that the next 4 matchup breakdowns I want to do are Superman, Black Adam, and Batman, because they're the big 3, and Grundy. So if there's another one you guys want to see specifically, I'll have to come after those, but those are the next 4 I'm planning on doing. And instead of just doing write-ups to test your might with those matchup breakdowns or posting it here, I'll be doing both unless I get really lazy and don't feel like doing one of them. But the videos will always be here. So yeah, let's start talking about this matchup. And I'll just go to Catwoman real quick. And one of the things that used to be a problem in this matchup was that meter burn staff spin used to not hit a crouching Catwoman. So as you can see here, now it does hit her because they patched it and fixed it. However, one of the problems that still persists with staff in this matchup is that if you try to do anything that's not a down 1, Catwoman can consistently just back 3 through it, and then she gets a knockdown into whatever setup. And it's not something that's inconsistent. Like, she gets it every time, as you can see there. As soon as I go for stand 1, it doesn't matter. She can just do back 3. She can also just backdash really easily too because of her hitbox. So you have to keep that in mind. Even though her back 3 is negative, it's not really that risky for her because, it's not negative enough for you to be able to punish it. And that's always an option for her to do. Another thing that's not specific to Nightwing, it's just something about Catwoman in general, is that depending on the range she jumps at, she will not be able to go low with her whip. So if she's trying to jump 2 and go low after, if she's jumping from a really far away angle, she's not going to be able to actually hit you. She can continue the string and then the last hit will hit you, but there's no way for her to hit confirm that. You could whiff punish her, up back, or just react in time and block low. So, that's something you have to think about. But, at a distance like this, it's just going to whiff. So that's something you have to keep in mind, that she's going to have to go for her overhead because it has the most range. And whatever range you're jumping at, if her whiff is going to hit you, basically, her overhead is going to be able to jump. So keep that in mind. That she's probably gonna have to go overhead at most distances. Speaking of jump 2 and whip, Nightwing actually has a good time in this matchup because he can just do neutral jump 2 to deal with her whip like every time. Even if you jump back, it's very easy for Nightwing to just confirm. Whoops, I jumped too late. And because of her jump angle, it's very easy for Nightwing to do jump 2. And he can confirm really easy. You don't even have to spend bar. You can just do something simple like that. Go for a setup like that, whatever you want to do, right? It's very easy for him to air-to-air her because of her jump height and the way whip, is just angled. It's very nice. So you don't even have to jump forward, like I said. You can just do a neutral jump or a back jump. You don't have to take a risk. Jump back 2 is not risky at all. Like, just throwing this out of neutral like that, not a risk at all against Catwoman. So that's one of the nice parts about this matchup is that neutral jump 2 and staff is really, really good. A lot of this matchup is also going to be, sitting at like full screen, just doing, ground blasts. And then when you think she's going to cat dash, do like a down 1 debater, and then let her do cat dash or something like that, right? But the thing about cat dash is you have a couple of options to deal with it. Some of them are universal, some of them are specific to Nightwing. But let's say that Catwoman is at full screen, right? And she does meter burn cat dash, and I'm going to have her block after. So there's no way for me to punish it. Even if I try my 6 frame down 1, I can't punish it, right? So she just has to eat pressure after. However, you can actually, on reaction to her cat dash, do meter burn back 3 and punish it with whatever combo you want to do, right? So that is an option that you can do. You can also do meter burn forward 3. Whoa. Okay. Apparently I mistimed that, but you can do it and it'll punish it every time. So keep that in mind. Another thing you can do that's specific to Eskrima is you can do ground spark. And you can backdash her dash. So what you can do is you can just hold it and then backdash it at the last second like that. So you can bait her to use the meter from full screen. And sometimes you'll be able to punish her too, depending on, the whiff. If you do it too close to her, it's very hard to backdash. If you do it really close, this is one of those things that you have to do at pretty much full screen, otherwise you'll get hit. It's sort of like backdashing Superman laser. So yeah, keep that in mind. This is something that's way easy when you get used to it. It's something I go for a lot. So it's a very easy way to bait her cat dash. Up close, it's very easy for you to punish cat dash. Like if she does it like a distance like this or something, you can punish it. Another thing is that this is specific to Eskrima. If she does meter burn cat dash and you're full screen, the best thing for you to do is actually to do 112. Because you won't be able to punish, right? But she has to block 112, and after that you'll be plus 20. So you can do 3-3, and you can go for whatever option you want. You can go for a ground spark. You can go stance cancel into, you know, ground blast or staff spin. You can do flip kick to cross her up. You can just dash forward and do another 1-1-2, whatever you want, right? So if she does a meter burn cat dash from full screen and you actually block it in Eskrima, you get a mix-up. So don't let her get away with just, you know, doing meter burn cat dash and then try to down one and, you know, it doesn't work or something like that, right? That's, you know, your main go-to option after that. And that's like the biggest thing for you to do. Another thing about this matchup is that on her wake up, the best way to deal with her wake ups is not to neutral jump or anything like that, because if you try to neutral jump meter burn cat dash, it'll go one way and then she can meter burn it, it'll come back and snipe you out of the sky and she can get like a back three, right? So the best way to deal with her wake ups is to meter burn back three them. That I found, like, that's usually my go-to thing to deal with wake-ups against Catwoman anyway, because most of the time they'll wake up with cat dash so they can get the combo or whatever. I mean, if you block cat dash, you can obviously just punish and do whatever you want if you're up close, but I mean, meter burn back three is probably your safest bet if you want to try to punish her wake-ups. Another thing to know about Catwoman is this string and the knockdown it gives her in particular. I'll just cover this. This is the last thing. And this is not specific to Nightwing either, but this is just general matchup knowledge. The thing about this string right here, 1 forward 2, is that it's actually plus. So afterwards, Nightwing's down 1 is so slow, you don't swing after this. It's an overhead and it's plus. You don't want to swing after it. Otherwise, she can do down 1 into her little launch move, that move that I just did, and just get a full combo. She can just back 3 and get a full combo. So you don't want to swing after that. But let's say she does something like this, right? You know how when she does back 3, forward 3, and then she does this into that setup? The thing about that setup is that you want to block it by holding down, so you don't have to deal with the cross up, right? Because cat dash doesn't cross up, so you don't have to worry about the overhead. The thing is, she can choose to go overhead here. Instead of doing her normal, you know, cat dash mix-up like that, she can actually go overhead to mix you up. But that's how you block those mix-ups if you weren't aware. You just have to hold down. And, you know, if you're a Street Fighter player like me or something, you'd probably hold down back like normal. But you have to get used to holding down against Catwoman. And if she's going to overhead you, then you have to block standing. So it's just something you have to think about. And yeah, the basics of this matchup, just a quick summary, is a lot of it's going to be baiting her cat dash with down ones and stuff like that, or back dashes, and going air to air her. Air to air with jump 3 in this stance, or jump 2 in this stance, either forward, backward, or neutral jump, whatever. And a lot of it's just going to be trying to pressure her safely without getting back 3'd, because, you know, she can just back 3 everything. So you have to kind of bait that and be unpredictable. Don't let her just do that. Like if you want to do down 1 staff spin a little bit more than normal in this matchup, especially now that it's been fixed, that's probably a really good idea, because doing stand 1 is sort of risky if the Catwoman player knows he can back 3. So that's just something you have to keep in mind. But a lot of this matchup is just baiting Catwoman to do risky stuff and punishing her. That's the best way to do it. Because otherwise, if you don't make her, you know, take risk, then she'll just walk in and just do high-low you over and over, and you'll die. So that's pretty much all there is to that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, learned a little bit maybe about this matchup or just about Catwoman or Nightwing in particular. And I'll see you guys again soon.